the outdoor stage, where 7 of the most talented competitors will battle it out for the top prize. But that's not all. You can also enjoy a special performance by R&B star Kim Jo-han, along with me, Min-soo, and Campbell Asia, the hosts of All-Star English. Don't miss out on the fun and exciting events for the audience as well. So make sure to mark your calendars for May 18th at 2:30 p.m. and be part of a very special day filled with music, entertainment, and memorable moments at the Busan Cinema Center. See you there!
The time is now 2 o'clock.
Welcome to BFM News at 2. I'm David Kim. Prime Minister Han Duck-soo said today that the government will introduce measures to prevent unverified foreign doctors from practicing medicine in South Korea amidst the ongoing strike by junior doctors. This decision comes after the Health Ministry proposed allowing individuals with medical licenses from foreign countries to legally practice medicine in the country during times of medical service emergencies. The proposed revision to the enforcement regulation of the Medical Act is a response to the prolonged strike by trainee doctors protesting the government's plan to increase the number of medical students. Han emphasized the importance of ensuring the safety of citizens and stated that unverified doctors should not be permitted to treat patients. Foreign investors continue to show interest in Korean stocks in April, marking the 6th consecutive month of net purchases. Central Bank from the Bank of Korea revealed that offshore investors acquired a net total of $1.92 billion worth of local stocks during the month, following significant purchases of $3.84 billion in March. The data indicated that foreign investors were optimistic about a potential recovery in the chip-making sector, despite prolonged monetary tightening measures in major global economies. In local news, Busan City said today that it has designated the Busan Metropolitan Corporation as the supporting agency for construction cost verification to alleviate conflicts between associations and contractors due to the sharp increase in construction costs. Recently, there have been many cases of conflict between urban development project associations and contractors due to the sharp increase in construction costs caused by rising raw material prices, leading contractors to request additional construction costs. Currently, the Korea Appraisal Board is handling the construction cost verification, but residents hope for more involvement in construction cost verification, even in a city that knows the local reality well. Busan Regional Office of Oceans and Fisheries said today that it will block all traffic on Yeongju Overpass for 2 hours from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. on the 14th for the construction of an underground passageway for the Busan North Port redevelopment project. The construction project for the North Port underground passageway aims to improve traffic on the existing Chungjang Road and enhance traffic from and to North Port redevelopment area and surrounding areas. The project involves reconstructing a 1.94 kilometer section of Chungjang Road that has 6 to 10 lanes in total, and constructing a new underground passageway that spans 1.86 kilometers with 4 lanes. Busan City announced today that the regional nuclear industry-based energy technology sharing university project, jointly supported by Ulsan, Gyeongnam, and Gyeongbuk, was selected in the first round of the 2024 Energy Technology Development Project Competition, organized by the Ministry of Trade, Industry, and Energy, securing 17 billion won in national funding. The regional nuclear industry-based energy technology sharing university project will cultivate advanced talents leading the innovation of nuclear power, a key energy source for achieving carbon neutrality. In international news, a former Fiji Prime Minister Frank Bainimarama, who held office for over 15 years until 2022, has been handed a one-year prison sentence for impeding a police inquiry into corruption. The former prime minister is a prominent figure in the Pacific Islands and has been active on the global stage advocating for climate change action. Following the High Court decision, he was taken away in handcuffs. And now taking a quick look at the weather here in Busan City. It is currently 22 degrees Celsius under clear skies. Air quality is in the moderate levels. The mercury tonight will cool down to 16 degrees Celsius. Weather tomorrow is forecast to be cloudy and rain is expected all day on Sunday. And that'll have to do it for this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM Busan 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM Busan 영어방송.
Coming up next is Steve Hatherly Reboot. BEFM Busan 영어방송.
What you're about to hear is amazing. That's because you're locked in to Busan's #1 English radio station. Whether you're at home, at work, or driving in your car, you will be exposed to radio excellence. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show because it starts right now.
From an early age in our lives, we are introduced to competition. And of course, we are taught that winning isn't everything, and that's very true. But it's also true that it sure feels good when you do win, especially when you're not expected to. Today on the show, we'll have a listen to a clip from the movie Miracle on Ice, the true story of one of the biggest upsets in sports history, where one team was truly expected to lose, but defied the odds. It's Friday, May 10th, 2024. I'm Steve Hatherly. This is Steve Hatherly Reboot. Let's go. That was Steve Hackett with Enter the Ring. And Enter the Ring here refers to a circus ring, which is what Genesis felt like to Hackett. The song shifts musically to reflect his time leading up to the band, his time in the band, and then the aftermath when he left the band. And the band, again, is Genesis. He was in the group from 1971 to 1976, an experience that informed this song. Hackett contributed to 6 Genesis studio albums in total, 3 live albums as well, 7 singles, and another one before he left to pursue a solo career. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of Genesis in the year 2010. There's another reason, perhaps, we listened to that song, Enter the Ring, but I'll get to that in just a few minutes. That one got us into the show. Welcome to the program, everyone. I am live in the studio from Busan on this Friday afternoon. Welcome to the show. You're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan, 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Jongguan, and Noksan areas, in Seoul on TBS EFM 101.3, and in Gwangju on GFN. That's 98.7. I'm your host, Steve Hatherly, and I thank you very much for being with me to round out your week. Gorgeous. I don't know where you are in the world, but wherever you are, I hope the weather is as good as it is here in Busan today. It is splendid outside. That's my word choice to describe the weather today. Splendid indeed. Nice and warm, sunny, feels like summer today, and it's an excellent lead into the weekend, and I hope you're having a great day as well. Go on over to YouTube, youtube.com. You can watch our live stream there by searching BEFM or Busan영어방송 in Korean. And when you are there, please do hit subscribe. We appreciate you trying to bump up our number of subscribers here at the station, now at 10,600, which is really, really good. The number continues to rise quickly. Yes, while you're there, you can watch our live stream, and you can do that until the songs start to play. And when they start to play, then you're going to have to open up your BEFM app or listen to the music through FM radio. And that's inconvenient for you. We know that. We don't like it either, but it is what it is. For now, that's all about music copyright issues. And it does require some multitasking on your part. We appreciate your patience and your understanding there. But that's how you can get the whole show, is to listen to the music through the app or through the radio, and then watch our live stream for the rest of the content. Again, thank you very much for joining us today. And again, thank you for subscribing in advance, perhaps, to our channel. All right, coming up on the program today, we'll start things off with Hot Off the Press, as we do each and every day, where you'll hear some trendy music that has been newly released, and I'll give you some information about the artists and about the tracks as well. After that, around 2:30 or so, Jeff will join me in the studio to get us up to date with all things happening in and around Busan and Seoul. Weekend Wanderer begins in about 20 minutes' time. After that, in hour number 2, for our fun fact of the day. Well, in the second hour, we're going to switch over to the topic of sports. And for our fun fact, we're going to talk about an upset that happened in boxing. And that's what I was talking about a minute ago when I said perhaps we listen to Enter the Ring as our first track today, because we'll talk boxing in the second hour. Also in the second hour, perhaps as a broader theme, sports and upsets. An upset in sports is when the underdog, or the team that is not expected to win, they actually win. That's called an upset in sports. 2 big upsets we're talking about in hour number 2. For our fun fact of the day, we're going to go over the boxing match between Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas. Actually, Mike Tyson has another fight coming up pretty soon, I think, right? With Jake Paul. I don't know when that's happening. That's kind of a, I don't know. Is that a bit of a circus? If you follow boxing, then I'm sure you're very familiar that fight is going to take place. Mike Tyson, he's an older man now, and Jake Paul, he's on the younger side of things. So it's like the old heavyweight champion versus the new social media star who decided to become a pro boxer, and he's actually pretty good at it, as it turns out. Anyway, that's not our story today. We're talking about Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas. We go back to the 1990s for this. And Buster Douglas was not expected to beat Mike Tyson at all. The odds were not in his favor. In fact, I'm sure that a lot of people lost money gambling in Las Vegas, choosing Mike Tyson as the winner of this fight. So I'm going to tell you the story of the lead up to the fight itself, and then we have a clip. We have the call of the fight. Not the whole fight. The fight went 10 rounds, I think. But a clip from the 10th round when things went south for Mike Tyson. So if you watched that fight back in the day, and I think I remember watching that fight, it was really quite shocking at the time. Nobody expected Buster Douglas to win that fight. Following that, we'll move on to behind the scenes, and we're going to have a listen to one of the classic scenes from the film Miracle on Ice. It's from 1981, and that's an American sports, it's a docudrama, I guess you could call it, about the United States men's national ice hockey team. Their head coach at the time was Herb Brooks, and in the movie, that character is played by Carl Malden, and they won the gold medal in the 1980 Winter Olympics. The USA team's victory came against the Soviet team in the medal round, and it was called Miracle on Ice because the American team had no chance. Everybody said they had no chance against the Soviets. The Soviets were an absolute super team. Imagine you took the best players from every Premier League team, every national team, and put them on the same team, and then ask them to play against Canada. Well, who do you think would win that soccer match? Of course, the world team, right? Well, the Soviet ice hockey team at the time was basically the equivalent of what I just described. They were heavily, heavily favored to win that match, but they didn't. It was a huge upset. And the clip that I have from the film is the speech that the coach, Herb Brooks, gave the players before they went out to play the game. If you're a fan of sports, or if you like inspirational quotes or speeches, this will give you goosebumps, I think. It gave me goosebumps as I was watching it to prepare for the show today. And then I watched it again, actually, and it gave me goosebumps again. So a bit of perhaps inspiration coming in hour number 2 as well. Sports and sports upsets, our theme for Fun Fact and Behind the Scenes today. After that, we'll move on to Perfect Playlist, where we have the best songs for every situation. And I, of course, will check your messages throughout the program as well. All right, so since we're talking upsets today in the second hour, where teams won unexpectedly, that for those teams or for that individual, Buster Douglas, that would have been a huge accomplishment. So here's what I'm asking you today. And you can take this question seriously, or you can answer in a silly way if you want. But I want to know, what is one of your great accomplishments in your life? One of your great accomplishments in your own personal life. 여러분의 가장 위대한 업적은 무엇인가요? Now, that could be a personal accomplishment, perhaps from your school days. It could be related to education. Perhaps you received an award or a prize in your school. Who knows? Maybe you were a bit of an athlete and you won a prize because of your athletic prowess, if you will. It might be from your professional life, maybe at work. Maybe you got a promotion that you were really, really proud of in your career. It could be anything at all. And again, you can take it seriously or you can be a little bit silly with your answers as well. One more time, what is one of your great accomplishments in your life? 여러분의 가장 위대한 업적은 무엇인가요? Text text me, pounder sharp 9050. That will cost you 100 won. Add us on Kakao Talk for free. Send messages for free by searching BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Same search on your smartphone. You can download the app from any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs there and leave us a comment after logging in. All right, we'll take a break and be back with today's Hot Off the Press after Damien Force. Gotta Believe. That was Damien Force with Gotta Believe. We're back, and it's time for today's Hot Off the Press, where from Monday to Friday we bring you two of the newest, hottest tracks from the world of music, and a lot of songs get released every week, and we pick out a couple each day that we hope you'll enjoy. We'll start today with the new one from Dua Lipa called These Walls. Pop queen Dua Lipa is back with the highly anticipated release of her third studio album called Radical Optimism. The 11-track record features lead singles Houdini and Training Season and is inspired by her own self-discovery. Working with a team of collaborators including Kevin Parker from Tame Impala, Radical Optimism taps into the pure joy and happiness of having clarity in situations that once seemed impossible to face. After that, the new one from Meghan Trainor. This is called To the Moon. Pop star Meghan Trainor shared this new single. The track is set for her upcoming album Timeless, which is arriving on the 7th day of June. Meghan Trainor has been incredibly busy so far this year. She's been balancing her music career, motherhood, and her podcast, which is called Working on It. I didn't know she had one. Additionally, she has has announced her tour, the Timeless Tour. Her performances will begin in September in Cincinnati, Ohio, and in October in Inglewood, California. Here we go with our 2 tracks for Hot Off the Press today. Dua Lipa, These Walls, then Meghan Trainor, To the Moon.
love's gonna take you to the moon.
Those were our two tracks for Hot Off the Press today. Meghan Trainor, To the Moon, and before that, Dua Lipa, These Walls. My question for you today, I want to know one of your great accomplishments in your life. And you can answer this seriously, or you can be a little silly with your answer as well. 여러분의 가장 위대한 업적은 무엇인가요? Let's see what you say. MJ says, during elementary, middle, and high school, the experience of not being absent and receiving an award for attendance is valuable for me. That's pretty impressive. You didn't miss any days of school during elementary, middle, and high school? That is quite the accomplishment indeed. Well done there. I can't say that I have that same honor to my name. I think I did miss some days. And in fact, I'm sure I did, because I remember in elementary school, I didn't go for a good few afternoons. I thought I could get away with skipping the afternoon classes, and then I got caught for that. So no attendance awards for me in my life. That is for 100% sure. Nicely done to you, though, MJ, on that. Really well done. That's what we're talking about today. One of your big accomplishments in your life doesn't have to be huge or anything like that. Any answer is okay. 여러분의 가장 위대한 업적은 무엇인가요? Text me your answers, pound or sharp 9050. That will cost you 100 won. Add us on Kakao Talk for free and send messages for free by searching BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Same search on your smartphone. You can download the app from any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs there and leave us a comment after logging in. Friday afternoon, and it's time to do some weekend wandering, and Jeff is in the studio for just that. How you doing, sir?
I'm well, thank you.
Lovely weather outside today, huh?
Always good to be here, and yes, it's nice out today.
Absolutely. What is one of your big accomplishments in your life?
I don't know. I've done a lot of things, but maybe with a surprising one, and maybe you'll get a good chuckle out of this. I won a high jump competition.
Where?
My high school.
Oh, yeah?
So I won my high school. I jumped a meter. My highest ever was 1.95 meters.
That's like Olympic level, is it not?
No. Olympic level's like 2.4.
But still, I mean, that's
pretty good.
Pretty close,
especially
right?
because I'm just about 180 centimeters, but I could jump over 1.90 meters.
Wow, that's really...
I was always good at it in elementary school, and I won, like I went to our regionals.
Wow.
So I did it my last year in high school, and I won, and I beat, like, some of the really good jumpers in our school. So I went to the next level, which was, like, the county, and I won that.
Okay.
So I went to the kind of district for, like, all of southern Ontario. I think I got 6th.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah. Like I said, you wouldn't believe that one.
Isn't it funny, though, when we tell our friends about our unexpected accomplishments, they always laugh. Like not because it's so funny. It's just like it's like a laugh of, wow, that's really cool you did that. Whenever I tell my friends I went to the Canadian Curling Championships, they're always like, really?
Really?
Yeah, junior curling championships.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we lost to the eventual world champions by a 0.76. It was a good game against them. Huh. We didn't make the playoffs, though.
Neither was the garlic Kim girls.
The garlic girls, yeah, exactly. It's great to see you, friend, and you are here to get us caught up in all things happening in and around Busan, and maybe a bit from Seoul as well. Shall we start with some local news?
All right, so beginning we have 2 news items, both from the Donggu district. Which, of course, is around Napodong. So the first one is there is a new, it's called the Sujangsan Dream Site, which is on Sujangsan Mountain, which just opened this large outdoor playground which overlooks the sea. Kind of a neat looking thing. So it's quite large, it's just under 22,000 square meters. It's an eco-friendly playground, and it has a lot of free play facilities for children. So again, if you're looking for a place to take your kids, this is a good place to start.
Like a big picnic area outside, play area for the kids. You said overlooking the sea, so is it elevated somewhat?
Yeah, it's on the mountain. Sujangsan Mountain.
Oh, it's on the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, really cool. 21,000 plus, almost 22,000 square meters.
Yeah,
This
it's quite
is
large.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
When's this opening?
Already has.
Oh, very good. Awesome. That's going to be busy when the weather gets good, which is now. I'm sure it's going to be packed on the weekends. Any particular schedule for that place? Is it open all the time?
It's open Tuesday to Sunday, so it offers free admission to children under 13 who are accompanied by a guardian. So what they have there, this park focuses on ecology, adventure, and energy. So they have slides and tunnels, zip lines, trampolines, lots of little fun things for the kids.
Zip lines. Have you ever done a zip line before?
Don't think so.
It's quite terrifying in the first few seconds, and then it's okay after that. I did the zip line into, what is that? Is it Nami Island in Chuncheon? Yeah, and when I sat down in the seat, my butt didn't fit into the seat, right? So I couldn't get all the way back in the seat, so I was terrified that I was going to launch out of that thing. And when I went, the first few seconds, I rubbed up against like the front thing that holds you in, and then after that, it's really fun. I would recommend it sometime.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them on YouTube, and ones that like going through like the canyons.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm like, nope.
Yeah, those look a little bit intimidating. Very good. So that's called Sujongsan Dream Site on Sujongsan Mountain.
Yeah, in Donggu.
Great for the family. All right, what else?
Okay, also in Donggu, they've decided to open up some busking zones, 2 different designated busking zones. So the first one is going to be at the plaza of Choryangchan, and then also in front of the Donggu Cultural Platform, which is the old Busanjin station.
Oh, cool. So this area is more of a downtown-ish area?
No, so this is towards the train station.
Okay.
So Busan Jin Station, the old one, is actually, if you're coming from Nampodong towards like the Samyeon area road, it's on that street. Probably about a kilometer down from Busan Station, and then the other one is like in Nampodong.
Okay. So this is a place where there's the reason I was asking about that is there's lots of pedestrian traffic around there.
More in Choryangchan Plaza. But so they're actually going to take place at different time slots. So there's a 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., a 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., and 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., which just kind of is 2 to 8. The Donggu Cultural Platform.
Yeah, that's exactly 2 to 8, right? There's not even a break in there.
Yeah, it's 2 to 4 and 5 to 7. And yeah, busking got a lot popular these days, so they already have busking zones in Gwangali, Hyundai, and Samyeon. So they're just kind of going along with the trend of opening up busking zones.
Yeah, Gwangali, you can always see, I don't know about the daytime, but at nighttime, there's always performers down there, right?
Yeah.
Any idea, like if someone was interested in doing that, I'm assuming you don't just show up and do it. I'm assuming you need some sort of certificate or license.
There's actually it's called the Busan Busking Platform, which you can go onto and sign up. And that's how you get your spot.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
So you can actually choose your time and location.
Oh, perfect. And there's no like tryouts or anything like that?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like
maybe send a video. I have no idea. It would probably be a good idea because
exactly. You want it to be at least partially good, I would think, right? Not like, me showing up to sing some sort of noraebang song.
What's your noraebang song?
Oh, I have a long list, my friend. I recently, actually, my wife and I, we go to noraebang all the time. We love it. And I got 100 on Whitney Houston last week.
Wow.
Speaking of great accomplishments.
That is, yeah. Especially with a Whitney song.
That was a mic drop moment, for me. Anyway, on to more important things. Skywalk. There's a new Skywalk coming?
No, it's Skywalk reopening.
Okay.
So this is the Seoul Skywalk. This is in Namhae, which is Korea's highest. It's 38 meters high. And so they've just done a significant upgrade to the facilities. So they have a big sky swing there, too, kind of going on with your zip line thing. They have this big swing that goes back and forth, and you go out and overlook some empty-looking space. Yeah. There's a cafe, there's a plaza, and a ticket office, which is all redone. If you're looking to go there, it's currently only closed on Tuesdays, so they're going to do a month-long trial operation before they open it for good for the peak summer season. They have a really good lighting show there, and they play popular music as well. And if you're interested in going, tickets are 2,000 won for the Skywalk and 6,000 for the swinging experience.
Would you do the swinging experience?
Depends if you're buckled in. Maybe.
Right.
I'd have to look at it.
For me, it would depend on if I was conscious or not.
Dude, are you a roller coaster guy?
When I was a kid, I was. But I went on one, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago or something, and I was just like, I don't need to be doing this anymore.
Well, see, I mean, the ones that I found here to me are just like the place that I used to go to growing up, which was in Ohio.
Cedar Park.
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point, yeah.
So, I mean, they're famous for having like over 30 plus roller coasters. And I went on the Magnum there, and that thing, you went up for a minute. Just going up, and then it's a 70-degree drop.
The reason I know about that place, I'm from Nova Scotia, so that's not even, Ohio is not even close. But
Right.
there always used to be TV commercials for Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. I don't even know where Sandusky is.
It's just south of Cleveland.
But I've never forgotten the TV commercials because as a kid, I looked at those roller coasters. And correct me, is that a roller coaster park? Like that's the main point of that theme park?
Pretty much. I mean, like I said, they have over 30 rides, and yeah, the majority are roller coasters. But I mean, like the first time I went there, I remember they have this wood roller coaster.
Yeah, right. That was always the one that was
the
on
Gemini.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not that bad, but the first time I remember going on it, I was with my brother and my father. My father was in the row in front of us, and I was next to my brother, and I guess I might have been a little small. So when you were saying like, when you kind of lean forward and the bar's holding you back, I remember being like this.
Oh my goodness.
And my dad's just kind of leaning back, waving at me and going like,
hope you're here when we stop.
yeah. Well, I love Cedar Point.
When was the last time you were on a roller coaster?
Oh, geez. Probably the last time I went to an amusement park here, which was ages ago.
Maybe time this summer again then.
I will be home. I could go to
Cedar Point.
it's not that. It's only 2 hours away from me.
There you go. There's part of your summer vacation plan. All right. So we're in the midst of weekend wandering with Jeff, and we have a ton more things, I'm assuming.
Quite a bit.
To get to when we come back. Let's hear a tune. The Used, The Taste of Ink.
Is it worth it? Can you even hear me?
That was The Used with The Taste of Ink, and we're getting caught up in weekend events, or we're about to anyway, with Jeff. We're finished with the news. Switch over to events now.
Yeah, let's go into as we talked about last week, the Ibong Festival's going on this week. So I'm just going to go over a few of the main events that are going on. So the big parade is going on Saturday at 4 p.m. This departs from the Suyeonggu office and basically goes down to Milak Fish Center. So if you're interested in a parade, it's an interesting one to watch.
What kind of parade?
It's a traditional parade. It's called the Gyeongsang Jwa Susa.
Okay.
It's a military band parade and honor guard parade, and also has a modern parade.
That's cool.
Aspect to it as well.
I saw a couple of times, I think it was during the Itaewon Festival in Seoul, the U.S. military marching band, or maybe not. Maybe that's not their title. I don't know what the official title is, but yeah, they would come down the Itaewon Main Street and they play songs like, I don't know, like 80s pop hits or something, right? It was really, really, really fun to watch. I think this would be a really cool experience. When and where? One more time, please.
Saturday, 4 p.m. Basically, it's on the beach road.
Got it. On Gwangali. All right, what else?
Okay, so there's it's called the Jin. I'm going to butcher this because it's written in English and I don't know how to read it in Korean. Jin Duo Hwa, which is the boats out on. So they basically, in the water in front of the bridge, they have these fishing boats with lit torches on them.
Okay, so this is a nighttime event?
Yeah. So this is happening from 9 p.m. on tonight and Saturday as well, 9 p.m.
How many boats, I wonder? Must be a significant amount.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, it's actually really cool to see. I mean, there's just boats out in the sea, but it just looks cool. It's just a lighting festival, I guess, of boats.
Visible only from Gwangali, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Not from Haeundae Beach.
Yeah, not at all.
Got it.
Because it's before the bridge.
Yeah, exactly. In front of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
So the Folk Village will be going on from 10 to 10 every day. So you can actually, if you've walked by the beach, they've got these old kind of barrack-style looking buildings that they've constructed on the beach. Really cool.
Oh, those are newly constructed now?
Yeah, so they put them up about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And so basically the Folk Village has like games. They'll have little competitions, experiences, exhibition programs, things like that. So
very good.
Lots of stuff. And then there's also, there's a bare-handed fishing thing going on. Saturday at 11, 1, 3, and 5, both Saturday and Sunday. So this is for kids. They get into this big water swimming pool, kind of plastic swimming pool kind of thing, and go and catch fish with their hands.
With their hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that costs 5,000 won for anybody who's looking
for entry.
Yeah.
All right, what else?
Well, that's that for that festival. But so let's see what's going on around the rest of the city. So the Miss Trot 3 concert is going on at Bexco Auditorium. So the top performers from season 3 hit the stage Saturday and Sunday. 4 concerts, Saturday and Sunday, both at 1 and 6. Art Busan underway today at Bexco. The W Wedding Fair also going on at Bexco. Drone show. 2 actually drone shows this weekend. One is happening tonight. There's a special drone show as a part of the opening of the festival in Gwangali. And then there's also one tomorrow night as well.
The one tonight should be interesting because it'll be related to the festival, of course.
Yeah.
Do they give away the information on what? Because they usually say what kind of drone show it's going to be, right?
It's just called the Ibong Festival drone show.
Okay, so that'll be quite a treat. That starts usually around 8 p.m.
Yeah.
In the summertime, the drone shows start a little bit later than normal because the sun's still up.
Yeah, in the winter, I believe it's from November to February. It's 7 to 9, and then in the summertime it's 8 to 10.
Okay, so that schedule has already changed.
Yeah.
One tonight and one tomorrow at Gwangali Beach, 8 p.m. So 2 separate shows, one at 8 and one at 10?
Don't know.
Gotcha.
Tomorrow, yes. Tonight, not sure.
Okay, understood. Moving on. Should we move up to Seoul a little bit?
Yeah. So up in Seoul this weekend, we have the Jamsu Bridge Tubok Festival. So it means Tubok means tip tap.
Tip tap? Oh, I've never learned that before. Tubok means tip tap. Okay. What's that all about? Any idea?
It's just kind of a. So I believe this is basically almost like a picnic / kind of cultural fair where like they just have like trucks because it's right by this bridge.
Yeah, it's the Jamsudegyo, so it's the bottom part of the Bampo Bridge.
Right. So I believe it's just kind of like a flea market kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I've been to that before. I used to live not so far, so I used to ride my bike down the river to go and just check it out. Usually, I don't know about this one, but usually they have food trucks there, a few, and then some individuals will set up their own booths and sell their own like homemade jewelry or things like that. It's a pretty fun event because you've got the lights from the bridge there as well, and then a little spot to have like a little picnic as well. There's a big grassy area there too. Usually something going on at the Jamsudegyo area in the summertime. Okay, the Seoul International Fair is happening too, right?
The travel fair, it's going on at COEX until Sunday. The Seoul Lotus Lantern Festival also getting underway at Jogaesa Temple and Jongno Street.
Right, for the big Buddha's birthday celebration, right?
Yeah, and Busan's is also still ongoing and is also ending this Sunday. So if you haven't had a chance to go out and look, Songsanghyeon Square is a great place to do it.
Okay.
Concerts up in Seoul. Baby Box Highlight Live 2024 at KSPO House. Che Daniel fan meeting going on. Beautiful Mint Life at Olympic Park on Saturday. Mix tomorrow night. There's a Japanese animation OST concert going on tomorrow night. Jungdong Ha going on Saturday. Pit Babe Asia's tour first fan meeting going on Saturday. La Seraphim fan meeting at Jamshul Indoor Stadium Saturday and Sunday. Eve tour Sunday at Yes 24 Life Hall. Lots of stuff going on.
Tons, and really competitive, I would think, because when the weather gets warm and all of these concerts start to happen, they're all happening at the same time, right? So they're all in competition with each other to sell tickets. You know, with the big rock festivals or music festivals, they typically stagger them, so there's no cannibalism, if you will.
Right.
But with these other concerts, they're in direct competition with each other. They always happen on the weekends, and they always happen at the same time of day. So it must be tough. Promotion, I guess, is equally important.
And there's a lot of like the bigger music festivals being announced recently as well for this summer up in Seoul. So there's a lot going on.
Lots to do. Just before we say goodbye, I was mentioning that Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. It's going to be streamed on the Flicks July 20th. Are you going to watch it?
Trying to think where I'll be at that point. Actually, I will be in Canada. So.
Okay. That'll be easy to watch in the evening then. Who are you picking?
Tyson.
Everybody is, right? Nobody's.
Like I said, they're going to do 2-minute rounds and 8 rounds only, which gives him a bit of an advantage.
Favors Mike Tyson, right? Yeah, it would be hard to keep up otherwise.
I don't think I've ever not rooted against. I love Mike Tyson.
No matter what.
Since he was 18, 19 years old, I've followed him.
Yeah.
So.
Everybody's picking Mike Tyson. Nobody's giving Jake Paul a chance. Nobody wants to cheer for Jake Paul.
Because I remember always thinking, like, anytime Tyson hears a bell ring, it's like something goes off in his head. And, I would not want to be in front of him.
Yeah, neither would I. Although it did work out well for Buster Douglas, which is going to be...
And Lennox Lewis.
We're going to focus...
Kind of.
Yeah, right. We're going to... Yeah, well, not so much for his ear, anyway.
Yeah.
Or no, that was Holyfield, wasn't
Holyfield.
it? Anyway, Jeff, thank you so much for all the information today. Have a delightful week. It seems like it's going to be a great evening tonight, too, so enjoy that, and we'll see you again next time.
All right. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Thanks, Jeff. Stay with me for hour number 2. It's Dominic Fike to wrap the first today. Mona Lisa.
BEFM 부산영어방송.
혹시 지금 운전 중이신가요? 어린이 교통사고 피해자 수는 지난 3년 평균 약 9만 명. 특히 어린이 보호구역 안전기준이 강화된 이후에도 어린이 보호구역 내 사고는 지속적으로 발생하고 있습니다. 스쿨존에서는 반드시 시속 30km 이하 서행, 스쿨존 내 불법 주정차 금지, 차량 출발 전 앞뒤 좌우 살피는 습관으로 어린이가 안전한 도시를 만듭니다. 참, 운전 중 휴대전화 사용은 모두에게 위험합니다. 우리 모두를 위한 교통안전, 나부터 실천하면 모두가 안전해집니다. 어린이가 안전하게 뛰어놀 수 있는 부산. 아이 키우기 좋은 도시는 우리 모두의 미래이자 희망입니다. 이 캠페인은 어린이가 안전한 부산을 만드는 은행, B&K 부산은행과 함께합니다.
Join us at the Busan Cinema Center on May 18th for an unforgettable pop song contest. BFM is excited to present 팝송의 끝을 본 사람들, featuring the talented stars of All-Star English as part of the celebrations of the 19th Busan Global Gathering. Come and be a part of the grand finale at 2:30 p.m. at the outdoor stage, where 7 of the most talented competitors will battle it out for the top prize. But that's not all. You can also enjoy a special performance by R&B star Kim Jo-han, along with me, Min-soo, and Campbell Asia, the hosts of All-Star English. Don't miss out on the fun and exciting events for the audience as well. So make sure to mark your calendars for May 18th at 2:30 p.m. and be part of a very special day filled with music, entertainment, and memorable moments at the Busan Cinema Center. See you there!
The time is now 3 o'clock.
You're listening to Steve Hatherly Reboot on BEFM 90.5.
I'm not surprised, not everything lasts. I've broken my heart so many times I stopped keeping track. Talk myself in, I talk myself out. I get all worked up, then I let myself down. I tried so very hard not to lose it. I came up with a million excuses. I thought of every possibility. I know someday that it'll all turn out. You'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, that I'll give so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing. And baby, your love is gonna change me. And now I can see every possibility. And somehow I know that it'll all turn out. You'll make me work so we can work to so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. They say all's fair in love and war, but I won't need to fight it. We'll get it right, we'll be united. And I know that we can be so amazing, and being in your life is gonna change me. And now I can see every single possibility. And someday I know it'll all turn out, and I'll work to work it out. Promise you, kid, I'll give more than I get, than I get, than I get, than I get. Oh, you know it'll all turn out, and you'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you can to give so much more than I get. Yeah, I just haven't met you yet. I just haven't met you yet. Oh, I promise you can to give so much more than I get. I said love, 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 love. I just haven't met you yet. So birthday, yeah. I just haven't met you yet.
That was Michael Bublé, Haven't Met You Yet. And Bublé has been, of course, a mainstay for a long time on the Billboard Adult Contemporary chart. This song was the singer's first title to breach the pop songs listing. It won a Single of the Year award at the 2010 Junos. The Crazy Love album won Album of the Year at the same category. And Bublé was asked what the message is that he's trying to send with the Crazy Love album. He said, I think the message is that all of us can relate to this feeling, this emotion called love, and it's a complicated feeling. It doesn't just come with butterflies in the stomach and happiness and sunshine and lollipops. It comes with heartache and jealousy and sometimes rage and sometimes insecurity and sadness and regret. It's a beautiful, complicated, and really special feeling that keeps us all connected. I would agree with everything he said, and I think every singer in the world agrees as well, and that's why 97% of the songs ever produced are all about love in some way, shape, or form, right? Michael Bublé gets us into hour number 2 of Steve Hatherly Reboot on this Friday afternoon. You're tuned in on BEFM 90.5 in Busan, 103.3 FM in the Gijang, Zhongguan, and Noksan areas, in Seoul on TBS EFM 101.3, and in Gwangju on GFN 98.7. Thank you so much for staying with me for hour number 2. We're getting closer and closer to the weekend. Still one more hour of show to go. And we're going to switch to a different theme in this second hour. It's going to be sports, but more specifically, sports upsets. And we'll look at 2 great examples. In fact, 2 of the biggest upsets in sports history. We'll start with boxing. For our fun fact of the day, Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas. Now, if you're not a boxing fan, then you probably won't know who Buster Douglas is. But you will definitely know, I think, who Mike Tyson is, right? Mike Tyson is one of those names in the world that kind of transcends hobbies, I guess, or interests. It's just a name. It's like Michael Jordan. You just, even if you don't like basketball, you still know who Michael Jordan is, right? So it was Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas. And the reason this was such a huge upset is because Mike Tyson was one of the best boxers in the world at the time in the heavyweight division. Pardon me. And when he squared off against Buster Douglas had people thought, zero. What's less than zero? 0.000% chance of winning. But that's not what happened at all. And I'm going to share that story with you. And we also have a clip of the call from the moment that Buster Douglas won the fight as well. Kind of cool. I don't know if you watched that fight. I guess it depends on your interests and your age, because this fight took place a whole long time ago. But if you saw the fight, it's kind of cool to hear the call again. And if you're hearing it for the first time, kind of cool to hear the upset happen in real time as well. After that, we'll move on to behind the scenes, and we'll have a listen to a scene from a classic movie. The movie is from 1981, and it's Miracle on Ice. And it's the story of the USA men's Olympic hockey team when they faced the Soviets. This was another example of one of the greatest upsets in sports history. No one gave the U.S. men's team a chance to win against the heavily favored Soviets. But that's exactly what happened. And the scene that I've chosen for you today, it's the scene where their head coach comes into the locker room before the game begins and gives them a motivational speech. And the speech is to a group of hockey players, and the topic is hockey. But actually, the topic is bigger than that. And that's why I think even if you're not familiar with this event, or even if you're not a fan of ice hockey at all, you can still find some inspiration from this speech, from this film. So that's what we'll do for Behind the Scenes today. After that, we'll move on to Perfect Playlist, where we have the best songs for every situation, and I'll check your messages throughout hour number 2 as well. Question of the day today: what is one of your great accomplishments? 여러분의 가장 위대한 업적은 무엇인가요? Jason texted, and Jason said, learning to play the guitar and joining a band. Let me just open up the message here to make sure that I get it 100% correct. Learning to play the guitar and sing, and joining a band as well. And then we played at local bars in Incheon. That's awesome. That is super awesome. Your first show must have been a little bit nerve-wracking, yeah? Well, maybe not, because, you know, if you're in a band, then you're on stage with other people, so you can hide a little bit. Even if you're nervous, then you don't necessarily have to stand out. Unless you were the lead singer, in which case you are standing at the front of the stage with all eyes on you. In that case, you probably were quite nervous. Regardless, yeah, that's a cool accomplishment, learning how to sing. I've always wanted to learn how to sing. Singing lessons are really quite expensive. I looked into it one time, and I think I found, the teacher that I found, I think it was 80,000 won an hour. And I thought, well, you know, I'm probably not going to do this anything professionally, so there's not really a need to spend that much, I don't think. So if it was like 30 or 40, maybe I would have done it. And who knows, maybe I'll do it again in the future. I've always wanted to take singing lessons. But thanks for your answer, Jason. Yeah, that's really cool that you kind of got to fulfill one of your dreams by the sounds of things there. H on our YouTube chat. Go to youtube.com, by the way, and search BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. And while you are there, please do subscribe to our channel. We are at 10,600 subscribers now, which is great. That number is growing really quickly. As I've been asking you recently, please do tell your friends and your coworkers and anyone you meet to subscribe to our channel there. Even if they're not a fan of the station just yet, they will be, I'm certain, coming soon. Anyway, H on our YouTube chat says, one of my accomplishments is the experience I had when I went to New York to visit my cousin for 2 months. Those memories still give me lots of happiness, and I want to go back to those days. That's really cool, because if you go to New York for a few days, well, like I did a couple of times, then you're just kind of a tourist, and you don't really get a full feel for the city. But if you go there for 2 months, and I'm not sure where you stayed, if you were in Manhattan or if you were in one of the other boroughs or maybe another part of the state. But anyway, if you were there for 2 months, that would really give you a good idea I think, of what it feels like to live in New York. Because, 60 days every day, that's a pretty significant amount of time, yeah? What are some of your favorite memories, H, from New York City? Some of the things that you did that kind of stood out for you. I'm curious to know. I had mentioned this before. I think some of the best Korean food I've ever had was in Lower Manhattan. It was it's a weird restaurant. It's kind of designed like a club. It's weird. They have disco balls in there and they play club music and it's really dark, but they serve this incredible Korean food. And not just like alcohol food, but like legit. I had galbi-jjim there. And it was amazing. It was really, really, really good. That's a special memory of mine from New York City. Oh gosh. One of my special memories from New York is about Korean food. Isn't that kind of funny to think about? Thanks for your answer, H. 4625 texted and said, having two sons is one of my greatest accomplishments. And watching my 3-year-old son, my 3-year-old first son, take care of my 100-day-old second son makes me the happiest in the world. Yeah, that's sweet, isn't it? Your firstborn, only 3 years old, right? Still a baby, yeah? But helping to take care of his little brother, only 100 days old, an infant still, of course, right? What a sweet feeling that must be. And children are quite instinctual about that, aren't they? It's in them naturally to want to take care of others, either in their family or anyone, it seems, right? It's just kind of a human instinct, which is a cool thing. Maybe we'll visit that topic on the show one day. But yeah, I can imagine. That's an amazing accomplishment, 4625, and thanks for sharing part of your story as well. That's our question for today. One of your great accomplishments in your life. 여러분의 가장 위대한 업적은 무엇인가요? Send me your answers, pounder sharp 9050 for 101. Add us on Kakao Talk for free and send messages for free by searching BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. Same search on your smartphone. You can download the app from any of the app stores. You can listen to our programs there and leave us a comment after logging in. All right, let's get to our expression for today. It's from King the Land, and in this scene, the young hotel heir has gone to talk with his father. And the father is saying, well, now you are the new president of the hotel, so try hard and do a great job. And that's what this sentence sounds like.
책임지고 잘해봐.
책임지고 잘해봐. He said that so quickly, right? It's hard to decipher what he said. 책임지고 잘해봐. All right, let's look at the second part of that sentence first because it's easy. 잘해 means like do well. 잘해봐 is kind of the same meaning. Just try hard, do well with your effort. Give it some effort. 책임지고. This means to take responsibility. And then when you put it with 잘해봐, it means the thing you are responsible for, do a good job. Let me give you a couple of examples of this before we get to the translation, because the translation in English, I think, was a little bit different. I mean, for the context, it's a good translation, but it's not going to work every single time. So first, let's talk about this sentence in Korean. When can we use this? Again, it means the thing you are responsible for, do a good job. Here's an example. Your child, your family gets a new puppy or a new kitten or a new pet, and you say to your child, you want to say, hey, this is your responsibility now, so take care of this very well. Do a good job. 책임지고 잘해봐. That's a context where you can use that kind of example or that sentence. Let's give another example. Let's say that your employee, you give them a promotion. Now they have a new responsibility, right? Because they got a new job title. So you want to say to them, you have a new responsibility, so do your best. 잘해봐. And in that case, you can say 책임지고 잘해봐. 잘해보세요. do a good job with your new responsibility. Okay, now, the translation in English for this sentence was, give it your best shot. Give it your best shot. And in this context, shot means try. So give it your best shot means give it your best try or try your best. But there's an easier way and a more common way that we can use the word shot, and that's simply when you try something for the first time. And that sentence is, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. And this is a really good sentence, I think, to learn in English because you can use this sentence in many different situations. Let me give you two examples. The first one, food. Let's say you take your friend out, or your friend takes you out, and they introduce you to a new food. I don't know, maybe it's sundae. Maybe you never ate sundae in your life. So your friend takes you to the sundae place and says, hey, try this. And in that case, you can say, sure, I'll give it a shot. And the sentence in Korean would be, 한번 먹어볼게요. 한번 먹어볼게요. And 먹다 is the verb. So if it's food, then you put the eat verb in front of it. So 한번 먹다, 먹어볼게요. 한번 먹어볼게요. But if it's not food, if it's just some kind of activity, let's say that your friend takes you to a batting cage. A batting cage is the baseball practice thing where you put in like obegwan and then the ball comes and you have to try to hit it. We call that a batting cage. Let's say you and your friend are in front of the batting cage and your friend asks you, hey, do you want to try this? You can say, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot, meaning, well, it's the same sentence, right? And again, it means I'll try. And in that case, the Korean sentence would be 한번 해볼게요. 한번 해볼게요. I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. So if it's food, use the eat verb 먹다. 한번 먹어볼게요. If it's something to do, use the verb to do. And that's how you can express yourself in English and in Korean. Again, it's a good sentence to learn in English because you can use it for anything that you're trying for the first time. Eating, drinking, doing, travel, it doesn't matter. You can use this sentence. All right, so one more time in English, the translation was give it your best shot. And in Korean, very, very, very quickly, he said 책임지고 잘해봐.
책임지고 잘해봐.
All right, there you go. Those are your expressions for today in English and in Korean. Hopefully that helps out your language skills, regardless of which language you're studying, if not both. We'll have a break and be back with our fun fact of the day. We just learned the expression. Now let's hear a song with the expression in it. This is Pat Benatar. Hit me with your best shot. That was Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. And now it's time for our fun fact of the day, and we're going to switch over to sports and sports upsets. And we're going to talk about this one first. Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas. The fight was billed as the Tyson comeback. Tyson is back is what they called it. And it was a professional boxing match that occurred at the Tokyo Dome on February 11th in 1990. The then undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson, lost by knockout to the 42-1 underdog, Buster Douglas. The fight is widely regarded as the biggest upset in boxing history. Going into the fight, Mike Tyson was the undefeated again and undisputed heavyweight champion of the world and was very, very, very popular at the time. He held the WBC, WBA, and IBF titles. His record was 37-0. The record for Buster Douglas was 29-4-1. Those records sound like they're quite close together, but the match was not expected to be close at all. Most considered this fight to be a warm-up bout before Tyson met up with then undefeated #1 heavyweight contender Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield was in Tokyo, ringside, by the way, for this fight. Tyson was viewed as such a dominant champion that he was often considered the #1 fighter in the world, pound for pound, for many, many years. He was very young at the time as well. I believe Mike Tyson was 23 years old and Buster Douglas was 29. So nobody thought Buster Douglas had a chance. HBO boxing analyst Larry Merchant and Jim Lampley expected to see another 90-second annihilation. When asked by a Japanese customs official how long he expected to be working in Japan, Ed Schuyler of the Associated Press replied, about 90 seconds. So nobody expected this fight to even last past the first round. It was not what everyone expected it to be. Part of the reason, singer Bobby Brown wrote in his autobiography that he met with Mike Tyson in Tokyo and the two partied extensively the night before the fight. Brown claims Tyson refused to go to sleep early for the fight, deeming Buster Douglas an amateur that he could beat, quote, if he didn't sleep for 5 weeks. Again, it's not what happened. This is what happened. Oh, we don't have the clip? Oh, we don't have the clip ready. Is there a problem with the audio? Okay. All right. Well, that's the situation. So we'll play a song, and when we come back, we'll try and see if we have the clip from that Buster Douglas fight. This is Stevie Wonder, Higher Ground. That was Stevie Wonder with Higher Ground. Apologies, we had a problem with the audio file before, but we do not anymore. So this is the fight that I was talking about. This is not the whole fight, of course. It went 10 rounds, or into the 10th round, but it goes back to February of 1990 in Tokyo at the Tokyo Dome. Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas. Mike Tyson at the time was 37-0, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, and the heavy favorite against Buster Douglas, who had a record of 29-4-1. And this is the moment that changed the course of Mike Tyson's career.
For making this a big, big fight. Tyson trying to end it with one big shot again. He's down, he comes to the uppercut. Come on, Robert, Buster's throwing shots back. Look at Buster coming back. Did he fight for the life of Mike? I don't know, he shot him again. Oh, nice uppercut by Buster Douglas. Look at that. He's knocked Mike Tyson down for the first time in his career. Mike Tyson hits the canvas. He's in big trouble. He may not be able to recover. It's up to 7 and 8. He's not gonna make it. Unbelievable! 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 Buster Douglas is the new heavyweight champion of the world. This is just the beat. It's gonna be one of the biggest upsets in the history of boxing.
Buster Douglas, the new heavyweight champion of the world. You could hear the sports announcer's voice there. This is unbelievable. They were screaming. Nobody could believe what they had just seen. And up until that point, I don't think Mike Tyson had ever been knocked out before. He had never lost before. He was 37-0, but I don't think he had ever been knocked down before either. He was that dominant. That part I might be wrong about, but I think I remember hearing about that before. Anyway, we didn't get that audio perfect. That background noise was a little bit too loud. We do apologize for that. But that was the moment. That was the moment where Mike Tyson lost his first fight. Maybe he should have gone to bed a little bit earlier before he did the night prior. Don't underestimate anyone. That's the message we learned there, right? And that message will continue as a segue on to our next clip as well from behind the scenes. Time now for Behind the Scenes, and today we have a listen to a clip from the scene from the film Miracle on Ice. This goes back to 1981. Miracle on Ice is an American sports docudrama about the United States men's national ice hockey team led by head coach Herb Brooks, played by Carl Malden, that won the gold medal in the 1980 Winter Olympics. The USA team's victory over the heavily favored Soviet team in the medal round was dubbed the Miracle on Ice. The reason it was called a miracle on ice is because absolutely no one thought that the American team could beat the Soviet team. The Soviet team was the equivalent of a world super team, and the American team not considered to be very good at all. This is one of the more famous sports movies, and this is a great movie to watch with your kids. It's a family-friendly film as well, and you can find it and let your kids learn that lesson of the underdog. Cheer for the underdog and don't underestimate anyone. A lot of people think, when they think back to this story, that the Americans beat the Soviets in the gold medal match, but that wasn't the case, right? This was still in the medal round, and it got to the point where no one thought that the Americans could win. So the scene that I chose for you from the film is the scene where their head coach comes into the locker room before the game starts, before the hockey game starts, and he wants to say something to the hockey players on his team because he knows that they know that they don't really have any chance of beating the Soviet team. Imagine if Canada played Brazil in football. Maybe that's not a great example anymore, but you wouldn't expect Canada to win that game, right? You would give them 0% chance. This was perhaps even bigger. That's why the upset was bigger. So here's the scene from Miracle on Ice when head coach Herb Brooks comes into the locker room and gives a speech to motivate his team.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned here tonight. One game. If we played them 10 times, they might win 9. But not this game. Not tonight. Tonight, we skate with them. Tonight, we stay with them. And we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world. You were born to be hockey players. Every one of you. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great hockey team the Soviets have. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Oh, that's good. That's a good speech. I don't know how accurate that speech is to the one that the real head coach gave, but even if it's 90% accurate, that's still pretty good. I love that quote. If we play them 10 times, they'll probably win 9, but not tonight. You've earned your right to be here. Oh, that's just great stuff, huh? That's a great way to motivate your team. And the message is there. The underdog can always win, so cheer for the underdog. The other message is don't underestimate anyone because you never know. Look at what happened with Buster Douglas. Look at what happened with the U.S. men's national hockey team at the Olympics. They did win that game, by the way. Maybe I didn't mention that. Yeah, they won. That's why it's called Miracle on Ice. And use that. Use those clips as inspiration for you when you're feeling like you can't accomplish your goal. You can't do what you want to do because you're just not good enough, or you're not fast enough, or you're not smart enough. No, it's not the case. Your time can be any time if you want it to be. I love that movie. It's a great one. Check it out. It's called Miracle on Ice. It's family friendly. You can watch it with the kids. And by the way, at the end of the movie, then you can see the actual U.S. hockey team members receiving their medals from the Olympics from 1980. So that's a really cool thing to see in the movie as well. Anyway, that is today's Behind the Scenes. We'll have a break, and when we come back, it'll be time for Perfect Playlist. Here is Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper. That was Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper, and now it's time for Perfect Playlist. And our theme all week long has been songs about family, and we have time to give you two more before we finish up the week. We'll start with Johnny Cash. Daddy sang bass. Despite the bad times, having a family makes things better. Such is the meaning behind Johnny Cash's Daddy Sang Bass. If you ever saw the biopic of Johnny Cash, you'll remember how he and his mom would sing Bible hymns as they worked in the cotton fields. You'll also remember how fraught Cash's relationship with his father was. Not good at all. Still, this song alludes to a family united through song as they work tirelessly under the hot sun. At the end of the day, they sing together as it seems to help a troubled soul. After that, Taj Mahal, Lovin' in My Baby's Eyes. American blues musician Taj Mahal wrote this gorgeous song for his daughter. He drew inspiration for the lyrics after feeling his infant daughter's intense gaze on him. Babies do tend to stare, don't they? A gaze so intense, in fact, and needy from an infant to her dad created a lifelong bond that sealed Taj Mahal's commitment and love to his daughter. The song talks about doing anything for his baby and loving her more than any man ever could. It reflects a true assessment of most fathers' sentiments towards their daughters. Two songs about family. That was our theme this week for Perfect Playlist, and these two will put a bow on that. Johnny Cash, Daddy Sang Bass. Taj Mahal, Lovin' in My Baby's Eyes. That was Taj Mahal, Lovin' in My Baby's Eyes. And before that, Johnny Cash, Daddy Sang Bass. I love how he sings that in the song. Daddy Sang Bass. I can't do it like him, obviously, but he gets down there super low, right? Anyway, that'll do it for Steve Hatherly Reboot for this Friday afternoon. Thank you very much for hanging out with me for a couple of hours today. Appreciate your time. Thank you to Jeff for today's Weekend Wandering. Thank you to you, as always, for your listenership and your participation. I've been your host, Steve Hatherly, and I'll leave you with this one today. It's Lucifer's Friend, My Love. Enjoy that. Enjoy your day, and we'll reboot again tomorrow.